Hello everyone and welcome to Lights On, the show where this happens. I talk about stuff to give you guys some content, meanwhile I work on more animations. Yeah, those are never stopping. Unless it becomes financially inconvenient, and also generate some discussion on different topics. That's right, you guys can also get to be a part of this. Just leave a comment related to the topic we're discussing and you might appear on a future video. Now to the matter at hand, Sonic Frontiers. Or should I say, Sonic F Tiers? You know what's worse is that I have this joke written down. Anyways, this game goes wild, man. 1 second you're all like, "Whoa, Sonic! Oh, this is awesome!" And then you're like, "What the?" Only to then be like, "Holy yo! Hey, yo, no way! Wait, Sonic, no! Sonic, no!" But let's start from the beginning. People that know me know I'm a huge Sonic fan and have often asked me if they should get the game, to which I always answer with just wait for a discount. To be honest, if there is one thing I like more than Sonic the Hedgehog, that's good games. So with that, now the final Horizon DLC has dropped, and with that, the game shouldn't be receiving any more updates. Is the game worth it now? Have these updates made a better game? Let's check it out. Starting from the beginning, the story is simple enough for Sonic fans, but might be a little weird for outsiders. As a resume, it basically tells the story of the Ancients, a civilization that brought the Chaos Emeralds to Earth thousands of years ago, and the same race as Chaos from Sonic Adventure. There are more details on how they eventually evolved into the Chao, some creatures present in older Sonic games too. Turns out the Chaos Emeralds were dragged into the island, so Sonic, Tails and Amy come to investigate, but get trapped in cyberspace. Same as Knuckles, who has his own short explaining how he got there. Sonic is the only one able to escape because, of course he is. Look at him, he's awesome. Eggman is trapped too. Sage, the artificial intelligence he made to investigate this new technology, takes control over the Titans, which are these ships the Ancients made to defeat the End, which is an entity that destroyed their home planet and followed them to Earth. Like in Horizon Forbidden West in a way. So Sonic has to become Super Sonic to defeat them. These bosses are by far the best part of the game. Oh yeah, Sonic also has to rescue his friends, but he ends up absorbing cyber corruption every time he does so, and by the end it becomes too much for him to handle. So his friends create the Circle of Friendship to rescue him. Yeah, I shit you not. This right here? This is stupid. I'm gonna rant a little bit. Sonic has so many characters and different stories. Why do they always insist on this power of friendship bullshit? Can't they think of anything else, any other model other than friendship and the value of teamwork? Also, for someone who's all about the power of friendship, Sonic has sure forgotten about his other friends. Where are they, Sonic? Where are the rest of your friends? Anyways, after Sonic's friends sacrifice themselves, Sonic and Neckman team up to gather the Chaos Emeralds and defeat the End, who was prisoner inside the last Titan and was freed after Sonic defeated the other 3 Titans. After defeating the last Titan, the End takes the form of the moon, I guess, and we have to play the hacking minigame in order to defeat it. Sadly, Sage must sacrifice herself for some reason. Is it going to explode? It's gonna dive bomb? What's going on here? And Eggman loses his daughter figure. No explanation why the End is the moon or why Sage must sacrifice herself, but turns out everything was just a bad dream. Or something, because with the last Horizon DLC, this ring appears and will lead you to another story. Turns out, Sonic's friend's sacrifice pretty much did nothing, since Sage finds a way to turn Sonic corruption into power, by receiving this ability from Master King, leader of the Ancients. And how does he get this ability, you might ask? After defeating every boss with the lowest stats and performing a parry with a window of less than a second when it has been infinite the whole game. I'm sorry, I changed the difficulty to easy during this. Don't get me wrong, I like a challenge when it's not bullshit, but this right here, this is as bullshit as it gets. What's worse is that in the final battle you must master the perfect parry. Like, what the f? Anyways, to do all of this, Sage must corrupt Sonic again and bring back his friends to search for the Chaos Emeralds while Sonic climbs these towers in order to receive the blessing from the spirits of the Tyrant's pilots to finally meet Master King. Once this is done and everyone gathers the Chaos Emeralds, it's time to defeat the final Tyrant, which is basically the same, but after it is defeated, the end appears, this time using the Tyrant as an avatar, and launching these attacks that Sonic can't parry, and every time they hit you, your max range amount will lower. So this is when that Neo power will come to play, turning Sonic into Super Sonic 2? Corrupted Super Sonic? Diver Sonic? I don't think this has an official name yet. Anyways, Super Sonic 2, with the help of Eggman, manages to defeat the End and get rid of its corruption by going all out. Sonic then returns to his friends. Wow. Thanks for stopping the fall, Tails. And Neckman goes home with his now daughter figure. Aww. I'm being ironic here, but this part actually made me tear up a little after seeing how he lost her originally. Eggman is my favorite character in this game. He's just so human and well written, you know? He shows emotions, man, for the first time ever. Also, it's important to notice how the music syncs up during the bosses. It's most impressive on the final boss in my opinion, when Sonic is holding this huge attack where he's in the gun.
I'm going all out after all!
Supposedly, this song has around 20 transition points, meaning it's less likely to have any sudden cutoffs. Speaking of the final boss, what's up with this camera angle? Don't get me wrong, I love when games do this over-the-shoulder camera angle, but in this context it just makes it act weird. Not to mention I don't get the point of this. Also, there's no indication that you have to cyber loop the gun here. I can assure you everyone struggled figuring this out. Not even some sparkles or anything, it's hard enough to change what Sonic is aiming to, but now you have to guess what to do as well? What's up with that? It's this kind of details that the game is full of, bringing the experience down a little bit. But anyways, ignoring that, man is this cool. This right here reminded me why I like Sonic so much. I'm trying not to be biased on this video, but if I was, I'd be screaming and literally shit myself right now. In the end, and in my opinion, these bosses and this ending are worth every frustration, overshadowing all the bad stuff. As I said, the story is kinda all over the place. For Sonic fans, it's cool since it fills up many blanks and plot holes present on the franchise lore and builds up on it, but as an outsider, you will be confused. But anyways, what do you guys think? Do you think the story should have been more focused on new stuff so that more people can get into the franchise, or it's good that a game finally talks about past events?
It's time we got moving. I know you all have big plans.
You're gonna hardly recognize me when we see each other again.
I wonder if Cream and Sticks will make a road trip out of it.
It'll be good to get back to my island. At least for a while.
We're wasting daylight. Let's go!
And now for the gameplay, it's interesting to say the least. The game goes as follows. Boy, this is a long one. You have to defeat mini-bosses to get these gears, you have to use them to get into cyberspace, which are boost stages from previous games and uses the gameplay Sonic has been using for years now. You will get keys depending on how well you do, you use them to get to the Chaos Emeralds, you also have to collect memory tokens to talk to Sonic's friends to progress the story. Sometimes you will have to play a mini-game to get a Chaos Emerald. When you start progressing on a new island, the Titans will attack you too. When you get to the final Horizon part, you have to do pretty much the same, except keys are now look at Coco and they unlock access to the towers. You can also skip most of these things by collecting purple coins and fish with Big, or by doing a cyber loop on these icons. Before fighting a boss, you must do a puzzle. They are very inconsistent, to say the least. On my first gameplay, I was here for around 40 minutes and asked for help to complete it. On the pinball minigame, something similar happened. You're supposed to get 4 million points. Getting red rings will give you a multiplier, but why so many? You will lose many times and it won't even be your fault. As a contrast, on Ares Island, you just have to get these spheres and put them on their respective color. What's up with this inconsistency? In terms of control, Sonic controls fine, better than in most 3D games actually. He has his standard abilities like the homing attack, the boost or the sidestep, but you can also unlock new abilities to defeat enemies like the cyberloop, which allows you to interact with stuff and lift enemies. Overall, they are fun and easy to perform. You can also increase your max speed, defense, attack and ring capacity by delivering Coco to the Elder and Seeds to the Hermit. Other characters have their own abilities too. Amy, for example, can perform a triple jump, Knuckles can glide but he can't jump as high as other characters, and Tails can literally fly, being the most broken character. Every character has its own skill tree to unlock new abilities, but in terms of combat, Sonic is by far the best. I could never defeat a mini-boss as any character other than Sonic, and believe me, I try. If you want to change anything regarding how the characters control, you actually can. I personally turn air deceleration all the way down and tinker with the time to come to a complete stop a bit. Although for some reason this option doesn't work with other characters, they either just won't stop or stop instantly, that's really strange. There's also many enemies too, most of them have their own gimmick to defeat. This is a good idea, but its execution is weird to say the least. This enemy, for example, always steals your camera even when you're just passing by, it's really annoying. Something similar happens with these dog guys. They will just stop you instantly and you must fight them. By the way, you can just jump and hold the circle button or whatever you use to do a stomp to kill them all at once. On the final Horizon though, I couldn't see any regular enemies except the ones you're supposed to just homing attack, making all these new abilities pretty much useless since there's not many abilities to fight these new harder bosses and there's not enough regular enemies to use your abilities. What's up with that? Do you guys feel the same? Speaking of mini-bosses, they are some of the most entertaining part of the game. A bunch are really annoying and repetitive, but most of them are really fun. I really like the ninja and tower variants. There's also many things to do in the open world, like these puzzles that go from baby mode to hell in Final Horizon. Completing them will reveal part of the map on the pause menu. You can also find Map Coco as the new characters by completing specific challenging platform sections to each character, or just get there floating from a high enough place. Speaking of the map, yeah, the world is ugly, rails everywhere and very aggressive popping, the Final Horizon being the pinnacle of this. I mean, entire buildings can just appear in front of you out of nowhere. Other things added with updates include these time trials, which give you an excuse to just go wild and run around collecting these yellow spheres. You can also find music memories to change the game's music. I gotta say, sometimes it ruins the mood a little bit, but other times they just get you running, man, especially the Sonic Unleashed songs. I was very skeptical of this, but it turned out to be one of the most interesting things to do in the game. I actually ended up collecting all of them. The game also offers a bunch of extras, like skins for example. I personally use the soap shoes because I'm not a normie. There's also a challenge mode to fight every single enemy in the game. And actually you are completely free to explore the islands without props and invisible walls while in this mode. This is really cool to just run around. There's also an arcade mode to play all cyberspace levels. And a photo mode that, in my opinion, is the worst one I've ever tried. You can't get a close shot on Sonic without colliding with the ground, for example, and the filters are very limited too. I instantly compared this photo mode to Horizons and God of War, where you can actually change your character's expressions and actions. Hope they do something like this in the next game. What do you guys think? Oh, also, yes, Supersonic. I think for the first time ever we're able to use Supersonic more than once on the same game, at least on the mainline series. Also, I think it's the first time it actually requires you to use what you have learned playing the game instead of just switching the gameplay style completely, which is a great step forward. Good job, guys! It only took 30 plus years to figure it out. One of the abilities I recommend having for bosses is the quick cyber loop, which will have many effects on different enemies. One thing about this ability though is that I don't know if the game tells you, but you have to fill up this bar in order to use it. I only found out about this when playing as Sammy and this ability just wouldn't work, only to just notice the bar on the right. Has anyone else had this issue or am I just stupid? Does the game tell you about this? I mean, it told me when playing as Sammy during a loading screen, but other than that I don't really know. Also, the game during these bosses goes hard, man. Overall, all the music of the game is great as always. Listen to some of these songs, performed by Killing Queen from Sleeping with Sirens.
I'm here to go beyond my limit, not to compromise. And you can tell me if I mean it, looking in my eyes. Cause I've been waiting for my moment to strike. So come close, let me show you what it's like. Yeah, you can try to stand in my path, but you're gonna regret it. I'll be the one who laughs last while I'm making my exit. Cause this is only for the strong of heart, not if you get it. And no matter what the outcome, you better accept it. I can cut like the shell, I can bury the pain. So don't doubt for a second, just get out of my way. Push it in your cell, I'm not letting it go. So take this as a lesson, cause it's all that we know.
They also made an orchestral version of the game's main theme, I'm Here, and a new version too, with Killing Queen instead of the guy from 1OK Rock. I don't know his name, I'm sorry.
Follow me, I'm standing on the border of everything. Listen close, can you hear the spirit sing? Those messages of long ago.
So yeah, that's the game. As you can see, it's very good and has no issues whatsoever. It's really well polished and I'm glad Sega respects and gives developers of its flagship series enough time and resources to do the best. Oh god, the game is janky as fuck, isn't it? Bugs! Weird collision. Falling under the map. Weird physics. Whatever this is. Yeah, this game is really rough around the edges. The weird popping just being the tip of the iceberg. Also, the graphics for a game available on platforms such as PC and PlayStation 5, this looks terrible. I personally blame two main things, the Switch port and Sega's management. First of all, it's known that most sales are made on the Nintendo Switch, so it's obvious they're gonna prioritize that. But instead of making a different version with different graphics for the Switch, they just made the graphics worse for every platform. There's beta footage showing better models and graphics in general, but this is mainly Sega's fault in my opinion, not Sonic Team. Takashi Iizuka, the head of Sonic Team, said that around 60 people work on this game. That's a really low amount of people for a game of this magnitude. He also said that he has to constantly fight against upper management to give Sonic Team more time to work on this project. That's really f***ed up. It's like they want Sonic games to flop. A lot of companies actually push back release dates in order to deliver a better game, thinking of Naughty Dog or Rockstar games. But seems that Sega constantly tries to do the opposite in order to release a quick ass game for some quick cash. Reminds me a lot of what happened with Sonic Boom. Remember that mess of game? Man, it's been almost 10 years since Sonic Boom. I just realized what? Anyways, Sega commissioned Big Red Button, a studio full of professionals on the platforming game industry, to create a next-gen Sonic game. Naturally, the team came up with many ideas that would never be developed because Sega then told them, you know what, actually this game is only releasing on the Wii U, so yeah, all that stuff you created thinking this was going to be out on much powerful hardware, yeah, try to fit it in here now. Oh, and the deadline is the same by the way, fuck you! To think supposedly Sega was about to go bankrupt with that move and yet they didn't change absolutely nothing. Man, they must change the way they operate for us to have actual good Sonic games. To think that they would allow Sonic Team to fix most of these issues people have problems with for free is honestly amazing considering this. They really need to give Sonic Team proper time and resources for their future projects. Imagine how this game would have been. They even had to separate one island into 3, leaving this upper part as its own island and being absolutely empty except from some music memories. Sucks too, because this is the prettiest part of any island in my opinion. My theory is that they did this so that they could market this game as having 5 islands to explore when in reality it's only 3 originally. So, after reviewing the full experience of Sonic Frontiers, is it worth it? At the price it is right now, I would say yeah. It has many issues, many nitpicks, but in my opinion the good always manages to overshadow the bad stuff. Gameplay can be frustrating, sure, but when it works, it's actually pretty fun. But this game isn't very immersive due to the constant popping, but the fact that they have fixed many of people's complaints show how much they care about this game. If you're looking for a refined, deep story, this game may not be for you. But if you're into more arcadey, casual fun games with unique gameplay, then sure, by all means, give this game a try, since now it has more content than ever, with an even cheaper price, and it goes on sale quite frequently too. Man, this game has had quite the journey, huh? Since it was first revealed with that god-awful gameplay to now being one of the best Sonic games to date, with an ending most people say it's better than Sonic Adventure 2. When this game was revealed, I was very skeptical, to be honest. After the letdown that was Sonic Forces, I was very cautious with what Sonic Team was cooking, but I have to say I was pleasantly surprised. This is a huge step in the right direction. That being said, I'm still going to be careful when the next title is announced. Anything can happen. They can even completely change the formula like they have done many times already. But yeah, what do you guys think? What will be your approach to the next main Sonic game? Did you like Frontiers? Let me know in the comments and you might appear in a future episode. So yeah, that's episode 1 of Lights On. Thank you all for watching. Please give this video a like, comment and share so that future animations can reach a larger audience. Make sure to also check out other videos as well. See you guys soon, take care, bye bye. I just clicked the microphone.